The assertive communication approach. This lesson is a good reminder on how to approach situations with conflict or just in how to communicate with staff on an everyday basis. It's okay to have communication problems with your coworkers. How you respond and handle those problems is what's important. Since we now have consistent staff in our classroom, which helps us understand personalities better, so there may not be so many communication problems. Strengthening communication skills. There are 5 problems that you might encounter in communication situations. Later on, we're going to talk about different approaches that are used to solve these following problems. Number 1, miscommunication. This occurs when 2 people have a conversation and have 2 different understandings of what was said. Number 2, disagreement. Having a different opinion than someone else and not being able to agree on something. Number 3, imposition. This is a demand or request that is not reasonable or puts a burden on someone else. You might be asked to do something and you are already overwhelmed with duties that you are doing. Number 4, refusal of a request. When a person is asked to do something and refuse the request. Hopefully this doesn't happen here, but it might maybe due to a schedule conflict. Number 5, excessive criticism. Overly expressing disapproval about what someone did. This is when someone is right about something and they keep stressing their point of view over and over again. No matter how tough the communication problem is, it can always be solved. When communicating with others in any work-related environment, it is important to understand your rights and your responsibilities. You have the right to express your opinions or feelings. It's important that you feel comfortable doing this. You also have the right to be free from manipulation. No one has the right to always boss you around and tell you what to do if they are doing it just to be manipulative or have power over you. Your responsibilities. You have the responsibility to be aware of the opinions and feelings of others. Be respectful to the rights and feelings of others. You have the responsibility to respond to manipulation. You need to stand up for yourself and not let others manipulate you. There are 3 types of communication style. The first one is passive. This is a submissive style of interaction in which you do not stand up for the rights, but let others dominate you. You let others control the situation or outcome. You like to please others and avoid conflicts. You're a people pleaser. Things that this person might say are, if they are asked, what would you like to do? They might say, oh, I don't care, you decide. Or you have more experience, you decide. Sometimes it's appropriate to have a passive communication style when issues are minor and the other person is getting very agitated and pushing the issue will cause more problems. Choose your battles. Number 2, the aggressive type of communication style. This is the domineering style in which a person tries to manipulate others or control other people. Things they might say are, that will never work. You should have done it that way. I don't know why you can't see this is the right way to do this. It might be appropriate to be aggressive in an emergency and your opinion is based on fact and there's just not enough time to be assertive. This might happen during a behavior or a medical emergency. And the third type of communication style is the assertive style. This is standing up for the rights while respecting the rights of others, being honest and direct when saying what you feel and think. This is a professional way to communicate in a working environment. You may find at times that you are more passive in one environment than more assertive in another. Job responsibilities at school may cause you to be more assertive, and then when at home, you might be a little bit more passive. This is a diagram that puts all 3 of the communication styles together. As you can see in this Venn diagram, assertive communication has characteristics of both the aggressive and passive styles. With our job responsibilities here at LifeScape, it is important that we do have a good balance of both. You might want to take this test to see which type of communication style you are. Understanding what type of communication style you are will help you in communicating and getting along with other staff and reducing interpersonal communication problems. The best approach to solving communication problems is using the assertive communication approach. It is also important to establish a good rapport with your coworkers. Get to know their feelings and thoughts, as well as their communication style. This cartoon shows a common problem in communication: trying to read someone's mind or expecting others to read your mind. If you want others to respond to your ideals and needs, you have to tell them how you feel and tell them in a way that will make them respond positively. The seven steps of solving problems using the assertive communication approach. Step 1. Identify the problem. Examine from both perspectives. Be able to identify the problem from your point of view as well as the other person. You may view or see a problem in a completely different way than someone else, so it is good to listen to others' points of views. Step 2. Identify several possible solutions, not just one. What are your needs as well as the other person's needs? Be open-minded to others' opinions. Your way is not always the right way. It is best to give and take from both people. Compromising is always good. Don't think of a solution as a winning situation. Step 3. Actively listen to the other person. Make the speaker feel like what they have to say is important. Try to understand the other person's feelings and needs. It is important to give eye contact, face the person, and have good body language. Avoid crossing your arms or fidgeting. This can be intimidating, or it shows the person that you don't care about what they say. Step 4. Restate or reflect on the other person's point of view. Try to capture the other person's perspective and feelings. Even if you misinterpret the person's feelings or point of view, it rarely worsens the problem. It will give an opportunity for the person to clarify their feelings. An example: when someone is sarcastic or teasing, if you don't restate what they said or how you interpret it, you might have a big communication problem. Step 5. When trying to solve problems or conflict, it is important to use I statements. Avoid statements using I, but end up pointing the finger using you. Using I statements are a good way to share your feelings and show that you are willing to solve the problem. Using you statements may cause the other person to respond aggressively. In the classroom setting, it might be best to say, "We all need to do this," instead of "You need to do this." Step 6. Offer solutions that you think everyone might accept. Offer solutions that are possibilities that will help both people. Do not put too much emphasis on just one solution, or you may be disappointed. Try to be flexible. Step 7. Be persistent. When trying to solve problems, persistence pays off. Being assertive is to be persistent, without getting angry, irritated, or loud. It is important to calmly repeat statements over and over if needed. Assertiveness is something you can strengthen over time. Practice assertive behavior regularly and remind yourself that you have value and is an important way to help you be assertive. Being assertive is important in our job, especially for the well-being of our students, and this doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and practice. The following statements will help remind yourself that your thoughts and opinions are important and will help you build your assertive communication skills. I am honest and direct about my thoughts and feelings. I speak up and share my view if I disagree with others' opinions. I am confident about my opinions and decisions. I am able to accept that someone else may have a better ideal or solution to a problem than I do. I can accept positive criticism and suggestions. I ask for help when I need it. I am able to turn down requests that seem unreasonable or unfair. I directly address things that matter a lot to me. I speak confidently about things that matter a lot to me. And I consider my needs as important as other people's needs.